So table 1, there is a open from the cutoff and a call on the button. I think this is a pretty easy spot to set mine with pocket threes. I don't think 3-betting makes any sense. I don't think folding makes any sense given the price that I'm getting. So this is just a super standard set mining spot. On table 2, I isolated the short stacker with pocket nines. He min-bet the flop, min-bet the turn, and now is shoving the river. So without knowing any more about him, this is just going to be a pretty standard fold. I think calling the flop versus a min-bet is 100% standard. Calling the turn, I think, is standard. I think folding the river is going to be standard too, especially given his bet size there. I just don't think I'm getting enough odds to justify calling. On table 4 versus a $1.70 stack, I am just going to shove a 7 suited, I hope. Let's take a look. Yeah. And I call the threes. On this flop, 10-10-4, I'm just going to look to check fold. So definitely a good spot to call pre-flop, but now I'm just going to be done with it. And on table 3, let's take a look. I think it's going to get folded around to me. So here's the first mistake I made. On table 4, I opened Jack-9 offsuit with a $1.60 person in the big blind. But the thing is, I opened it for, so I almost opened it for the full amount. So I opened it for 75 cents. And I mean, that's a pretty standard open, and it's a pretty standard open for me with Jack-9 offsuit as well. But I specifically remember thinking that I just didn't even look at the blinds. I didn't look at their stack sizes. So it's a mental mistake there. I should be paying attention. Obviously, once it's only 95 more cents to me, I am going to be calling super wide and I'm dominated. But I flop an open-ender, turn the nuts, and lose the hand on the river. So on table 2, I opened pocket aces, and the player who donked 3 streets before donks again. So this time I feel pretty good about my aces, and I'm just going to raise. And I will be looking to get it all in if he comes over the top. It's just trying to figure out what bet size to do. I raise a little bit less than pot, $1.75. And he ends up folding. So tables 3 and 4. Table 3, I flop a flush draw and an overcard. My plan is to bet the flop, obviously, and if he calls, I will bet any ace, any king, any heart. Probably going to slow down on a couple of other, on a lot of other cards though, once he check calls this flop. On table 4, flop bottom 2. This is a spot that I should lead. So I end up checking, and again, this is a mistake. I noticed that I think I had some tables on the side. I think I was debating which table to leave. But if not, it shows that there's something going on which is distracting me from playing 4 tables, because this is definitely a spot to lead with bottom 2. So I decide on the bet size, and I decide to go 125. I think I can bet $1 and be fine there. So, but $1.25 I think is pretty standard bet size on that flop. So the player on table 4 bets 75 cents, which is a little bit more than pot. He's got 245 left, and I just decide to move all in with bottom 2. I think I'm going to get called by all kinds of flush draws, 1 pair type hands, and he just ends up folding.